Yes, there is a viable alternative. And unless we test and learn some of these alternatives, then we're not going to get beyond the blanket 14-day quarantine that is currently in place. And we can see that other countries have gone to other ways of doing this. They've started to, France, from the beginning of June, were doing trials of testing on departure and on arrival, and then they went down to a single test. But we're not calling for that here. We are calling for a double test once on arrival, and the second after 5 days or 8 days, of where people would stay in quarantine until they had had two tests that showed that they didn't have the disease, and then they would be allowed out earlier than would otherwise be the case. And we need to work with the government to make this work. Exactly, so that people could get out of quarantine 4, 5, 6 days earlier than would otherwise be the case. And that will just help to make it easier for people who are caught up in a situation, as many were in Spain at the weekend, to give them an alternative to get back to their normal lives if they're clean of the disease, if they're returning from a country that has turned red. But it will also, so the overall impact on passenger numbers in the last few days has not been material. But then again, we don't have many passengers. It's only about 15% of our normal demand at this time of year. But people who want to get away are still getting away. In terms of the impact on our business, yes, the first half of the year has been absolutely devastating, the impact. We have acted quickly to cut costs and reduce our capital spend so that we can keep going. We have a very strong balance sheet and we have good cash reserves, so we will be able to survive at least until the end of 2022. So that's a good position to be in compared to where many other companies are.